Hey there guys, it's Jared Hammer and Kevin Lapp with Lapp Realty, and we're going to be breaking down June 2018 market update for both Red Deer and Central Alberta surrounding communities. So Kevin, let's start with Red Deer. How did that market fare in 2018 for June compared to 2017?
Red Deer's market remains steady and is trending very similar to what we've seen last year. Red Deer had 316 new listings and 144 sales. The average days on the market was 58, and the average sale price was $330,000. This is very similar trends to where we were last year. Last year there was 307 new listings in the month of June and 147 sales. Average days on market, very similar at 58, going year over year. And the sale price $336, so we've seen a little bit of a decrease, but nothing that is alarming in regards to that.
So why do you think we're seeing such similar trends from 2018 this year to 2017?
Well, I think overall the economy is starting to stimulate again. It is not uncommon in the real estate world to see a lag in that. I think overall, as consumers gain confidence, we start to increase our workforce again. I think that progressively that takes time. So I expected that we would see a very similar market to what we had last year. Some of the other impacts, obviously they rolled out new mortgage rules last year. Well, they're in effect now, and we're seeing the impact of that. Consumers have to qualify at a higher rate, which can alter their purchasing price and power and decisions along with increased rates. So that trickle down, we're seeing that in 2018, which maybe isn't stimulating the market as much as we would have liked to have seen. Overall, I think it's just based on confidence, and of course we've got some changes coming up with government. I think everybody's anticipating that, and I think overall, once that takes place, I think Albertans can settle in and have a little bit more confidence in moving forward with purchasing in our area.
Now you mentioned the new mortgage rules. I was reading that it seems that they've worked for the Vancouver, Toronto areas, but just yesterday I read another report that said actually, in fact, Vancouver is still in a lot of trouble. And so we've said it before, those rules are actually kind of hurting our market, are they not?
Yeah, they are. There's no question. I mean, they're cooling down markets that you know, they feel are necessary to cool down. We've got a perfect storm in Alberta where we obviously had a recessive period due to oil and gas and many other things. So when they put these in place for Toronto, Vancouver, correlated with what we're dealing with in Alberta, all of those things have created a perfect storm for us to have a challenging market and a delayed outcome of coming out of the recession itself.
So with June 2018 trending similar to last year, what are you kind of anticipating for the rest of this year?
Well, I anticipate that we're probably going to see fairly consistent trends. I don't expect to see much change. We are still seeing inventory coming to the market with similar sales as far as units that are being sold. So until that shifts, where inventory is not coming to the market at the rate that it is, and we have more confidence in consumers absorbing some of the inventory, I don't expect that we'll see too much change. Now, having that said, we did have a late winter, which kind of slowed down our spring market. June and July, starting into July, has been very busy for us. So I would like to see that trend will carry forward and improve the market conditions.
Yeah, who knows, we could have a nice long fall and then people continue to buy in there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, for us right now, this has been, June was very busy, and July looks like it's rocking as well.
Which is great news. Let's look at June stats for kind of Red Deer satellite communities. They're doing fairly well, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm not going to say that they're doing really well, but they are improving. Overall, the days on market has almost dropped 40% from what we were dealing with last year. And some of the reasons for that is in the sub-communities, they typically are the first communities to see the low price increase or not increase, prices come down. And with that, I think the consumer has recognized that they possibly have hit the bottom and there's good deals in the sub-communities. In the sub-communities right now, the indifference is that you could purchase a home in either Blackfalds, Sylvan Lake, potentially Penhold, sub-communities of Red Deer, comparison home, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in difference in price. And with the mortgage rule changes, with buying power being restrained in some fashion, consumers are now looking at sub-communities as being a good purchase, a solid investment. It meets their requirements. It could be a family who needs 5 bedrooms. Well, right now, maybe that isn't offered to them in Red Deer in their price budget. And so I think the sub-communities overall in the next little bit here are going to see some stimulation and some activity, which is good.
And we're also seeing commercial and shopping in those communities start to grow as well. So before there were people moving out there because, as you said, prices are a little more easy to deal with if you need those 5-bedroom houses. But now the shopping's there as well. So these people who are moving out to these communities, they don't need to be going into Red Deer constantly.
Yeah, it's very true. And even during the last 3 years when the market slowed down, commercial activity has continued in Red Deer and then of course in the sub-communities. And I think that's an impact and it's a positive thing where people are now looking at it saying, okay, well, they're offering amenities that we require for day-to-day, whether it's sports facilities, grocery, and so I think that is a positive trend and people are recognizing that along with discounted lot values and overall pricing. So for the sub-markets coming out of this period, I think it's very attractive.
Mm-hmm. So looking into the last half of 2018 here, kind of what are you predicting for these sub-community markets?
I think they'll continue to trickle, to improve. I think overall, like I said, I think consumers are being very responsible, recognizing good value, recognizing what markets are at the bottom, and a lot of those sub-communities have hit the bottom before Red Deer. And so I think they will continue to improve as we finish the year and move into the next year.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all we have for you guys. That is a look at the June 2018 market update for Red Deer, Sylvan Lake, and Blackfalds, as well as some other surrounding communities. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them on our video below, and we'll try to either direct message you and answer them, or create another video and answer those questions for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Leave some comments. Always happy to answer any questions that you have about the real estate market and what's happening in Central Alberta.
Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.